Welcome to another CEO interview. I'm joined today by Levent Gultan, who is the CEO and co-founder, I believe, of Istanbulnet and a consortium of dating sites in Turkey. So, welcome to the interview, Levent.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
And of course, we've met at a few internet dating conferences now. This is our first interview, though, so we'd love to capture your founding story before we proceed.
Well, we sort of got into the dating scene quite late. There were initial dating sites dating back to the year 2000 in Turkey, and there was a quite bit of a market for chat sites and different dating models at the time. We entered into 2006, early 2006, and our concept was basically, well, there is not much of a local dating site, and we don't have zip codes. So we sort of created this angle saying the love you're looking for is next door to you. So we ended up creating these dating sites around cities, neighborhoods, and sort of a tight dating concept for local people, and that caught on quite quickly. By the initial 3-4 months, our business became profitable. We had three main cities at the time: Istanbulnet, Ankaranet, and Izmirnet. And over the years, we started expanding the network into different cities. Currently, we're launched in 14 different cities, and we're adding new ones basically every month.
And so you name the sites after the name of the particular cities, rather than so-and-so dating, it's the name of the city.
We were quite lucky, actually. There weren't that many internet startups or people going after city domains. So we got lucky and we got the title of the city, like Istanbul, Ankara, or Izmir, which are the three biggest metropoles in Turkey. And we were able to brand the dating sites around those domain names. I guess today, if you try to do that, the cost of the domain would be quite expensive. But at that time, we were lucky and we were able to acquire them for reasonable prices. And this sort of helped us actually with the SEO and marketing of the site as well.
Gotcha. Now, there's actually about 35 million internet users in Turkey at this stage, from what I understand. And about a third of them are 15 or under. Have you found that your audience is particularly young compared to what you understand of your audiences of other dating sites?
Well, that creates a lot of opportunity, actually. When you think about it, today, 42% of Turkish population is under the age of 25. More than around 75% of internet users are less than the age of 35. So this sort of gives you what's up ahead. So we're quite excited because we know a lot more people are going to come into the dating scene. They're going to come into using the internet, e-commerce. We also have very low penetration rates in Turkey. The current penetration rate is, I think, around still less than 50%. So there's going to be a lot more activity online. As per our users, since we are a dating site with a premium, our normal subscribers are at an average of, let's say, 33 years old. So we're not that young at this point, but since there's a big population of people coming into dating and the online space, we're going to have a lot more customers in the long run.
And what do you charge? And what's the propensity of people to pay?
Well, actually, we've had over 5 million subscribers to date. We do not charge the female subscribers, which sort of gives us an edge on the ratio of males to females. On the male side, to this date, we're converting about 15% of the subscribers, which is pretty successful. So the site has been working quite well for the past 5-6 years, and we're sort of trying to build on that by driving in more traffic and sort of improving our services and technology.
And how would you describe the dating positioning in terms of being serious or middle of the road, perhaps a little bit more like Match.com, or a little bit more casual? How would you describe your position?
I'd say we're sort of like Match.com. it's not as serious. There is no real translation for dating, the term dating in Turkish, to be honest with you. We have like flirting or things like that. But at the end of the day, we're called friendship sites. And it's sort of like a lighter feel to it, where you can admit you're a member of a friendship site where you can meet other people. So I'd say we are a casual dating site.
Gotcha. And are you making use of Facebook?
We are, but not as much as we would like to. I guess there's still the hesitancy on our side and on the user side to really disclose their identity, especially when dating is involved. So we need to probably create a different brand or a different application that will drive traffic to us through dating Facebook users. As you might know, Turkey is, I think, the highest penetrated Facebook country in the world, with over 92% penetration rates. And we're, I think, either the third or the fourth largest Facebook nation. I think the challenge is to find ways to make Facebook users feel comfortable to disclose their profiles to dating apps or dating sites, but this still needs to be sort of in a anonymous way. We're also trying to use Facebook for advertising, but the challenge is there's a lot of targeting limitations on dating advertising. And the main issue is a lot of people do not disclose that they're interested in the opposite sex when they enter their profile information in Facebook in Turkey. So that sort of limits us in terms of advertising.
So overall, would you say that the rise of Facebook and social networking in general is good or bad for Istanbulnet on your sites?
Well, I think what Facebook has done in Turkey has been, there's sort of pros and cons, let's put it this way. I think through Facebook, everybody has something to do online, and people, a lot of people who wouldn't have become internet users have become internet users. We sort of get the feeling sometimes in Turkey when we get friend requests from people we never thought would have a Facebook account, has Facebook account. We say, wow, the last person in Turkey now has Facebook. So it's sort of positive in that sense. But on the flip side, I guess people tend to, but this is true for everything else, like entertainment. Facebook offers a variety of things to do online. So the online time allocated to Facebook is probably massive per user. So that sort of takes away from everything else users are doing online.
And are there any particular aspects of operating?
So it has its pluses and minuses.
Gotcha. Would you say there are some particularly difficult challenges that you've had to overcome in doing business in Turkey with an internet dating service?
I guess we go through the similar challenges a lot of dating operators go through. For us, maybe some history of dating in Turkey might have had some black era before we were founded. There were a lot of mobile-based or mobile convergent dating sites online, and there were a lot of abuse generated by these mobile applications and mobile services. So that sort of made us, a lot of users resent online dating on day one. So we had to really provide a very secure and money-back guarantee. Sort of building user confidence was a bit more challenging for us when we entered the market because of what happened in the past, because people took opportunity and created services that were not very useful for the users, and it was more geared towards reaping revenues, etc. So that was the main challenge. Otherwise, dating has always been sort of a service which is has lower reputation, let's put it that way. Usually news media or other mediums like to pick on dating, or it's normal life. But we've probably seen this recently in the US as well. People get scammed out of money, and they say, "Oh, this happened because they met on a dating site, etc." So we still have that sort of automatic backlash of PR, which we always have to fight through, and we do that through providing good service, good customer care, just giving confidence to users that this service is legit, and we don't have any abusers or scammers using this service. So that's what the challenge is, basically.
How do people normally pay? What are the modes that are most popular?
It's mostly credit cards. I don't exactly remember the latest numbers, but there should be over 40 million credit cards in Turkey right now, which is quite large number of people. We have very low commission rates with the banks we work with. We directly work with local banks, so we actually have some benefits compared to our counterparts in Western Europe or in the States in terms of payment processing. There is a smaller portion of wire transfers and mobile payment models. Mobile is also a good alternative because it also gives users, and they don't need to disclose their credit card info, etc. But since the mobile operators really have high surcharges for dating and social networking sites for subscription payment, it's sort of on the premium end, so it sort of blocks the growth of mobile payments in Turkey. I think those operators are a bit greedy. And for other payment methods, there is new companies coming in for scratch cards and different payment systems. PayPal and local PayPal clones and similar services are popping up. So we're going to probably try to work with some of those.
Right. We interviewed the CEO of Pembe Panjur recently, and of course their competitor is eSift in Turkey. Do you think these more serious models have significant legs in Turkey? Are they very complementary with what you're offering?
I guess it's dating has its own evolution. People are learning about online dating. They're using maybe more casual sites, and as time goes by, there will be need for more serious dating sites. Not only Shift, but there is Pembe Panjur and other Evlilik Merkezi, other good players entering the market, and I think there is traction there. But I don't think it's as big as casual dating still. I know in a lot of European countries, matchmaking is overtaking dating at this point. We don't feel it's going to happen that quickly because we're probably 5 to 10 years behind the curve in terms of that. There are a couple of reasons for that, I think. One is matchmaking, even though it's considered a science, it's not really proven yet. Two, the acquisition side is a bit more burdensome for the users. You need to really fill out a long questionnaire, and I find it to be, maybe it's more interesting for some people, but most of the people just want to come in, see profiles, and meet people. So I think in the long run, there will be more opportunities in serious dating and matchmaking here.
And looking forward, what aspects of your service have your focus for the next year or so? What are you really focusing on in terms of improving the service?
Well, aside from the product side and features, we're probably strategically thinking to launch more sites and maybe go into some niches that we haven't really explored. There aren't that many niche dating sites in Turkey. I mean, we're obviously working on our product on a daily basis, sort of improving our back end as well as the front end. And we're trying to introduce some innovative features that you would normally not see in your general dating sites. So that's what we're working on. But on the strategic side, we feel there is still a lot of room for growth in terms of dating niches that haven't been really explored in Turkey. And since maybe matchmaking is maturing, we would be interested in looking into maybe some more serious dating sites, either through starting our own or acquiring one. And also, we have a lot of experience in dating, and we've been doing this business successfully for the past 5, 6 years. We're also planning to maybe explore other international geographies, either in Middle East, Africa, or in the western part of the hemisphere. So those are sort of the ideas we're willing to tackle in the short term.
Great. Levent Gultan, you are the CEO of Istanbulnet. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for your time as well.